In this installment, we have Thursday night football matchup between the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Denver Broncos. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel, and this will be the Draftkings Showdown breakdown for the Thursday night football matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. But before I deep dive into this great slate, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon if you want more DFS, betting, and fantasy football help. All of those links will be provided down below. And if you want the pick for this in particular game, the video that I did the previous day, the link is down below as well if you want to know the free pick. Now, one more key ingredient before I break down this slate, and that will be the injury report. So let's look at both of these sides, the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. What key factors are going to be implemented in this in particular matchup? So we're looking at the Indianapolis Colts right now. This is their injury report for Monday and Tuesday. We got Julian Blackmon, starting safety, did not practice the first 2 days. That is not a good sign at all. Shaq Leonard, their top linebacker, did not practice. He's dealing with a broken nose, concussion, and back issues. Did not practice for the first 2 days. They're going to be missing him and Tyquan Lewis. Those are three key defenders on that defense, okay, as you can see, that are going to be out on Thursday. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, why would you rush him back in a short week? He's watching practice from the sides. He didn't practice Monday or Tuesday, and they're probably going to be the same thing Wednesday. There's no reason to bring him back. So they're going to be without three major defenders and their all pro running back in Jonathan Taylor, okay? So that could be a bump towards Nyheim Hines, all right? Ryan Kelly was full participant. DeForest Buckner is going to be fine, okay? Moving to the Denver side, we got a couple DNPs. They're going to be missing their guard, center, starter, Quinn Manners. He did not practice Monday and Tuesday. We'll see about Wednesday. Safety PJ Locke, concussion. He didn't practice, and Jonathan Cooper didn't practice. Everyone else is going to be fine. Melvin Gordon, key names. Billy Turner, starting lineman, is going to be fine as well. And we got Russell Wilson. He's going to be fine as well for Thursday. So let's start off with these captains that we're going to focus on in this in particular matchup. And in this matchup, we have to find some key matchups here that are going to be going up against the other defenses. All right, so Jonathan Taylor, we're not going to play Jonathan Taylor unless we hear news otherwise. And if he even plays, it's going to be on a limited basis. This is not a good environment. If you watched the previous video, I told you how dominant the Denver Broncos team is at home in September and in October, okay? This is a totally different team at the beginning of the season because of the high altitude in Denver. These are key factors. So Jonathan Taylor, we're going to put him to the side. We're not going to play him because he's most likely going to be out, all right? So that's going to utilize more Michael Pittman. But with Michael Pittman, he has to deal with Patrick Surtain, all right? This is a top 5 cornerback in the league. Patrick Surtain is going to be on Michael Pittman like glue, all right? So Michael Pittman at this salary, he becomes more of a flex play. I'm not willing to pay for Michael Pittman at this price when he's going up against Patrick Surtain defense, okay? So I'm not sure about Michael Pittman at captain. We're going to move him down to the flex range. So now, who will be the captain here? So we're getting down. We've already knocked down 2 people. We got Russell Wilson here. This is a positive environment for him. We have all these injuries that I just went over right here on the Colts side. No safety, no linebacker, no defensive end. They've been struggling on the defensive side as well. They're missing their leader. Russell Wilson, this could be the game he steps up in. If we're looking at fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks, the Indianapolis Colts right now for the season, they should be around that 20 range. Let's go down. They're around this 16 range right here, 16th in the league against opposing quarterbacks, allowing 1.8 touchdowns a game, and they're 19th in the red zone. So if things could be more efficient for the Denver Broncos, because the game next that they have to play will be against their division rivals in the Los Angeles Chargers. So this is a key game for Denver at home to get things right. Russell Wilson is going to be an option at this flex play. We saw at the captain play, we saw him step up just a little bit in this game against the Raiders, where he got 27 fantasy points. So this was his best performance. His QBR rating was 124.9, outstanding, got 2 touchdowns, and had a rushing touchdown as well. So one of the first options at captain, Russell Wilson, is going to be a major factor. Matt Ryan, I do not want Matt Ryan at all. At all. He's going to throw a ton. I understand that. He could get you there because of the volume, but it is going to be ugly. It is going to be very ugly because of the D-line and the defense in Denver that is going to be attacking Matt Ryan. This is a top 5 defense that gets sacks, and this is a top 28. This is a bottom 28 offensive line right now that are allowing sacks. So Matt Ryan is getting sacked about 3.8 times a game, and you're going to going against a defense that's going to get to the quarterback at a top 5 rate. That does not equal well in this in particular matchup. So Matt Ryan, I'm going to stay away from him in the captain spot. Courtland Sutton becomes a factor in this game with all the injuries in the secondary and linebacker and defensive line. So Courtland Sutton is going to be a great play. He's been super consistent all year long. Double-digit fantasy points in each and every week. Courtland Sutton is a love at the captain spot. This could be a 5-1 type of stack type of game for Thursday. So we got Russell Wilson. We got Courtland Sutton. Melvin Gordon is now the #1 running back. The only scare for Melvin Gordon is the fumbles. Look at the fumbles, guys. Look at the fumbles. This is the only thing that's going to hurt him. Hurt him and hurt his opportunity to take over this #1 back ranking right now that he has with the Denver Broncos, because Javonte Williams is gone. So 1 fumble against the Raiders, 2 fumbles against the 49ers, and a fumble against the Seattle Seahawks. He has to clean that up, and he has to clean it up fast because he got Latavius Murray behind him. He has Mike Boone behind him. Latavius Murray chose this team on purpose. Okay, so he definitely sees a path that he can become the #1 running back. So watch out, Melvin Gordon. But for this game, the game environment against the Colts that they're struggling, I like Melvin Gordon at 8,800. I'm just giving you a warning on what he has to watch out for. Jerry Jeudy is going to be an option as well. He had his breakout game, kind of, really. It wasn't 20 fantasy points, but he got you a touchdown, 53 yards receiving. Like I said, I like Courtland Sutton more. You can move Jerry Jeudy down more to the flex play. I want to focus in on Wilson, Courtland Sutton, Melvin Gordon, that kind of combination right there. If we're going to choose someone that's going to go in a captain from the Colts side, it's going to be Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines is going to be the #1 running back if Jonathan Taylor's out, which is looking like it's going to be, and they're going to utilize him in the receiving game. Look at these numbers in the first 3 weeks. I don't know why they didn't use him in week 4. He only had 2 targets, 2 receptions, but in week 1, 2, and 3, he had 6 targets. Week 2, 5 targets. Week 3, 6 targets, all right? They're going to utilize Nyheim Hines as an explosive running back, great receiving back out the backfield. He's going to get the opportunity to run the ball as well, a little more explosive as well. He's very quick. Nyheim Hines. I like him as a sneaky captain option on the Indianapolis Colts side because there's not a lot to choose on the Colts side. So let's move over to the flex plays. Next up, we have the flex plays. Let's clear out these captains that we got right now. And these flex plays, are they going to be at the plentiful? Maybe, kind of, sort of. This is a really ugly game. This is a really ugly one-sided game. Next guy we're going to talk about, I'll bring on Mike Boone. Mike Boone is the #2 running back. Okay, so they're going to be seeing split work. You can get Mike Boone at $6,200 in salary. And like I said, Melvin Gordon's going to be first with the workload. The offensive coordinator already came out and said he's the #1 guy, but there will be Mike Boone touches. I'm not sure if it's going to be 50-50, if it's going to be 60-40, or it's going to be 70-30, but Mike Boone is going to get some key opportunities in this offense. Was okay against the Raiders, but he had some blocking issues. That's going to be a question mark, but I definitely have to mention him as a flex play in this in particular game, because it could be a few carries where he gets it in the red zone. Mike Boone could get it in the end zone and really come through for you at this price of 6,200. Other guys we're going to look at will be Alec Pierce, okay? So all the attention on Michael Pittman. Alec Pierce is looking great, all right? I thought Ashton Doolin was going to emerge. No, Alec Pierce, their rookie wide receiver, is looking great. Week 3 of 5 for 61, and then week 4 for 80. All right, so Alec Pierce is getting some deep down the field targets. All his receptions are averaging over 20 yards a catch. That is outstanding. I think this is one of the great plays for Thursday night on the Colts side. Alec Pierce, a lot of people did not like him. A lot of people were making fun of him, but he has similar metrics to Michael Pittman. Size, speed, burst. In all those categories, Alec Pierce is better than Michael Pittman. In size, in speed, in burst, all those categories, Alec Pierce is better. So they could have a nice little 1-2 punch here. Alec Pierce is someone to look out for at 5,400. I love him as a flex play. All right. A lot of hate has been on him in the preseason, but he has come out strong, and there's a reason why he's starting in 2 wide receiver sets. All right. We can stay away from Latavius Murray. He just got on this team from the New Orleans Saints, so definitely watch out for that. Molly Cox had a breakout game last week, 6 for 85. This is a matchup. And he had 2 touchdowns. Wow. So 26 fantasy points last week. I don't expect him to repeat that performance, but he's going to be someone Matt Ryan's going to look for. Big body type of tight end to look for. But they use a plethora of tight ends, all right? They have their, where's his name? They got Mo Alley Cox, and they got their other tight end down here. They got Jelani Woods, and they got Kylan Granson. So they're using all 3 of these tight ends. So you trying to figure out which one. See, this is one right here. This is the second one. Kylan Granson is the second one, and then Jelani Woods is the third. So they have 3 tight ends. All right. Jelani Woods was last week. Well, week 3. Last week was Mo Alley Cox. So you trying to figure out one of those 3 tight ends is going to be super difficult. If you want to just X them all out, I think that might be a good idea. But if you want to roll the dice and choose one, I think I might choose Mo Alley Cox, okay? I think I might. But I think we have better plays here as well. KJ Hamler is on the radar. He has awakened against the Raiders. 1 catch for 55 yards. This is what he's going to do out of that slot. He's going to stretch the field. And all you need is that 1 home run play. This is little Deshaun Jackson right here that they got. Actually, a.k.a. little baby Tyler Lockett in KJ Hamler. So I love him. If he's going to get open, 1 play, get in the end zone, that is a perfect recipe for this slate at that price. KJ Hamler is a must smash right there. All right, so on the kickers and defense, I will be leaning more to the Broncos defense. Obviously, they can even be a captain play in this game against the Colts. So there's going to be a sneaky Denver Bronco type of lineup that you can build that you can put at the captain spot. Denver plays very strong at home, and especially, like I said, in September and October. So Broncos D is a smash right there. If we're leaning to the kickers, Brandon McManus is in a good spot. He's pretty bona fide. You can go with McLaughlin as well. Even though they're gonna be in situations where they're gonna need to score points. I don't think they settle for 3, just to watch out for that. So I would lean Brandon McManus and Denver Broncos defense as well. So I have no problem going there. Any other cheaper plays? So we're gonna clear these guys out who I love. If we're going below them, I have a sneaky play here. If we're looking, I got one more Denver guy, and that's Albert Boone. All right. So we've been waiting for his breakout game. This man has so much talent. He outplayed Noah Fant. That's why they kept this guy. If we're looking at fantasy points allowed to opposing tight ends, and you flip it over and you look at the Colts are 28th in the league, 31st in the red zone. So this is the absolute perfect matchup for Albert Obuikunum right here. He could go off in this game against the Indianapolis Colts. I love him at that price at 4,200. And if we're going down here, any other type of Indianapolis Colts, maybe you could get with Paris Campbell. He's getting more short targets here. 8.3 points last week. He's very, very explosive, similar to I said Paris Campbell, similar to a KJ Hamler. So definitely watch out for him. Then we're going cheaper than that. Deion Jackson is the number 2 running back if Jonathan Taylor's out. I don't think he's going to be much of a factor. And it's pretty ugly after that. And then you get to $200 guys. I think we're going to stop there once you get past the defense and the kicker. You got Paris Campbell. You got Albert Abui-Kunum. That's the lowest I will go in this in particular slate, okay? So the key guys we're going to focus on that should be in each and every one of your lineups. Nyheim Hines is one to have on the Colts side. I think he's a definite to have in each and every one of your lineups. I think Russell Wilson will be as well. And I believe Melvin Gordon as well. So I think these 3 guys will be key in each one of these lineups. If I'm choosing one more, I will go with the Denver Broncos defense. Okay? I'll give you 4. I'll give you 4 plays. I think this is going to be a very one-sided matchup. Broncos defense is a strong play right now against this struggling offense in the Indianapolis Colts. And I love these 4 plays that should be focused in on each and one of your lineups. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want the free pick, the video to that link will be located down below as well. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.